for this one. I didn't write down a list. Like I actually wrote down my 10 best here. I wrote them down. But my 10 worst. So I'm just going to talk about some movies that I just really did not like this year, y'all. Starting out with that damn Heart of Stone. What was Gal Gadot? Man, listen, barring all the controversial stuff going on with her right now, that movie was literally just Mission Impossible light. It had the same premise as Mission Impossible 8 to find and track down some kind of AI. And it just didn't play off well at all. I mean, at least Mission Impossible, you've got the crazy action. You've got Tom Cruise's running. You've got these iconic things. I mean, the fucking soundtrack in Mission Impossible movies are phenomenal. This movie didn't have none of that. And no charismatic main action star. Listen, Gal was great as Wonder Woman, but this just was not it, y'all. This wasn't it. This wasn't it. I did not like this. And now I'm trying to think off the top of my head, and I cannot think of the movie's title. So I have to look it up because, Ghosted is what it was called. Let's talk about that old Ghosted. The Apple TV Plus movie with Ana de Armas and Chris Evans. What were they trying to do with that? First and foremost, I find it just oddly problematic that he tracked her somewhere to like go find her. Like my man was stalking. My man stalked her over to another country, and nobody found that to be quite problematic. The action is very uninspired. It's washed. There was these weird cameos from other Avengers stars. Like, what were they trying to do with that movie? Ghosted was just boring. It was uninspired. Chris Evans' character was a goofball. Like, it just was not a good film whatsoever. Ghosted, man. Not liking it. Did not like it. Let's talk about another worst movie of 2023. And that's that Exorcist. Did not like that ending. I know there are other kids and other horror movies that get hurt. I did not like what they did with the little girl at the end of that. I severely despised it. No. Was not feeling that. Did not like that at all. Didn't like the movie. I will say there was some strong horror going on, some good chills and scares going on up until we get to the actual exorcism, and it's called The Exorcist. So we got to The Exorcist, and the exorcism itself wasn't good. It's kind of weird, bro. Very strange in my opinion. So with The Exorcism itself being the most boring part of the movie, can't say I liked it. So that's making it onto the worst movies of the year list for me. And hear me out, guys. I don't want to say worst of the year with this one. I don't want to say worst of the year. I want to maybe say this was one that, let's talk briefly about movies that were disappointing, but not quite on my worst of the year. So I've got two this year that were like pretty disappointing for me that I really, really were looking for. Well, three if you count Quantumania, but we won't talk about that one. Asteroid City. I'm seeing that. That's one film that I'm seeing on both best and worst lists. I'm not going to put it on either. I don't think it deserves to be on the worst. I think it's got a really good score. I mean, the cast does well with their assignment, essentially. It's just what they were going for didn't work for me. I also didn't like the meta play thing going on. I was like, no, the little meta thing. I didn't really like it. I know Wes Anderson's characters. I know the gimmick of them being kind of dry, deadpan. Maybe I'm just over it. I don't know, but I didn't like it here. Didn't like the French Dispatch. I'm like, man, Wes Anderson, bro. What's going on? I like Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love Grand Budapest Hotel. What's going on, man? I didn't like it. Didn't like it, guys. I did like the unique cinematography look, and I liked the kind of unique feeling he was going for with the discovering aliens thing and in this little town. And it just didn't work for me. I didn't like the dry lack of emotion, the lack of chemistry. I didn't like it, man. It needed some juice, it needed some oomph, and it didn't have it. So while it's not the worst movie of 20, like I don't think it deserves to be on the worst. Like if we're talking like Ghosted or Exorcist or Heart of Stone or like I think it's a better made film than those. Like let me just be 100% clear. I was thinking of this one and I was like, does this technically count? Because I think I saw this in 2022, but Carmen with Melissa Barrera, she was fantastic, but that movie was just so that Carmen movie was weird. I don't know what it was trying to do. I don't know. Like, I just, it was this weird kind of runaway story, but then she runs into this camp where there's all of a sudden there's another one. It's just this movie that I was just kind of confused at where I was trying to go. So maybe not another one that's necessarily the worst, but one that I genuinely just didn't really like. I also, it's crazy because I'm like, I'm trying to think of the worst movies of the year, and I'm like, okay, some say Five Nights at Freddy's, but I just don't think it's quite the worst because of the animatronics. Animatronics are crazy, bro. Crazy. I know sometimes we just don't need that many sequels. This is like, okay, not enough champagne to fill the Nile in Heart of the Stone. Oh my God, man. Heart of Stone was just so bland and dry. And it's weird because wasn't it like a month before or so, like a month or two before that Extraction came out, and Extraction 2 was like heralded as like, hey, this is way better than the first. Well, better than the first, has more action. The action is exciting. And then we get to Heart of Stone, and it's the exact opposite. Now, there's some stuff. I'm actually looking up some lists. There's some stuff that I haven't seen on some of these worst lists, and Your Place or Mine is one of them. Corny, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, wasn't gonna watch it. Paint, wasn't gonna watch it with Owen Wilson. As Bob Ross, wasn't gonna watch it. 65, haven't watched that. Like a lot of these worst movies, I think I just stayed away because they look the worst. Knights of the damn Zodiac. I decided, you know what? I think my life is okay without Knights of the Zodiac. I was gonna do a reaction to it. I was like, you know what? How's about not? How's about not? And then I skipped Expendables. Here we go. Exorcist Believer, didn't like that. I skipped that. Freelance, Pain Hustlers. Y'all, there are so many movies on these worst lists that I was like, listen, homie, I skipped. You don't got to tell me twice. I skipped. Now, again, I don't think Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought the animatronics were just so good. The horror is there, just not all the way there. I just don't think it belongs on a worst of the year. I really didn't like it though. I guess if I'm thinking worst of the year, Five Nights at Freddy's got to go on there. Sorry. Oh, well, you know what? That's number one of the list for me. If we're gonna count Spider-Man Lotus as a movie, number one worst movie of the year. Listen, rarely do I talk really too bad about films because I still appreciate art and appreciate somebody trying. Just some things don't work for me. This on a fundamental level, just this person who made the movie says they're a crazy Spider-Man fan, and I do not see that at all. I just think it's a fundamental misfire on any and everything Spider-Man. Fundamental misfire. I'm not entirely sure how the director ended up saying that I'm a big Spider-Man fan and getting all this red carpet and all this stuff. I'm sorry, but that movie was horrible. Horrible. Spider-Man Lotus, the worst movie of the year. Yeah, a lot of the Netflix stuff can be pretty hit or miss. It's like, I didn't even really even like Extraction 1 much. So when 2 was coming out, I was like, well, I'll get hyped because it's Chris Hemsworth in action. And it actually surprised me. Okay, I'm glad you like Five Nights at Freddy's, Monty. It's a good one. I mean, well, to some. I can't sit up here in front. I did not like it. Sound of Freedom. I didn't even watch it, Rodney. Didn't even watch it. I said, you know what? we got some people supporting some weird causes in this one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and nope. And I haven't watched it, and I don't plan on doing so because think I'm okay. Think I'm okay. Let's see what else. Now I heard that freelance movie with John Cena so bad. I heard so bad, y'all. I guess that's really it. Yeah, Ghosted for me. I guess for me, like really like Ghosted. Oh my god. Oh, this is the best movies. Guys, I thought it said worst movies on this title, and it was like Poor Things, Boy in the Heron. I was like, oh, my whole list. But yeah, I guess if I had to put a list together, definitely Ghosted, definitely Heart of Stone. Those are horrible. And then just like a lot of this other stuff I haven't really seen. I'm looking at a couple lists here, and I'm like, some of this stuff I haven't really seen, but I guess I put Five Nights at Freddy's on there just because didn't really like it. Yeah, Heart of Stone, terrible. Oh, and Carmen. Oh my god, Laser, you just reminded me. We gotta talk about this one. Spy Kids Armageddon. Oh man. The thing about Spy Kids Armageddon is you could totally actually bring back this concept of Spy Kids. I promise you, you can do it in a way that would capture kids' interest. I promise. Getting Zachary Levi and Gina Rodriguez is not the way to do it. I was like, man, goofy. That movie was so goofy, y'all. I did not like. Yep, Insidious, Red Door, another bad one. You know what? We're getting a list together here. Spy Kids Armageddon, Insidious, Red Door, the new Exorcist movie, Carmen, Heart of Stone, and Ghosted, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't want to say Asteroid City because I think that's actually a well-made film. Just didn't work for me. Wait, which one? Allison Brie wasn't in it. Are you talking about Insidious? Man, that old Insidious, man. So bad. So bad. Right. I'm like, when I saw the cast for Spy Kids Armageddon, I saw it was like Zachary Levi, Gina Rodriguez. I was like, we just went all the way down and sunk into the bottom of the fucking problematic abyss, haven't we? Oh my goodness, man. Oh, that one, the first three I'll watch, but after the fourth, yeah. Spy Kids, I'm like, why did they make any after three? But you know what? It's like I said, I do 100% believe that concept of Spy Kids is doable in a modern day setting. It just has to be done by a good storyteller. I'm sorry, Robert Rodriguez. Maybe get him up off the franchise. Cause it's just, I'm sorry. It's not great. Not great at all. But it was in freelance. Oh, what? That's weird. Huh. I don't think I'm gonna watch that freelance. I think I'm gonna just freelance my way on over to the couch and not watch it. But y'all, wow, it has been a wonderful stream. I don't remember the first three Spy Kids. Yeah, with Alexa Vega. I know, and it feels like they're not doing anything right now. Well, no acting at least. I wonder what they're up to. I wonder. Might be a good video for a new channel if anybody's got any ideas. Might do a where are they now type channel. I mean, when I rewatch any of Spy Kids. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. But you know what's worse, Rodney? Is that like, okay, you got this. So, okay, this is a modern Spy Kids movie, but you got it the CGI looking the same? Like, what? Did y'all not learn? Weird. Oh, not Brayley. He's saying freelance was trash dog water. I won't watch it, man. I will save my time with that. But y'all, thank you so much. I'm actually gonna go ahead and chop this stream up and get it posted up on the channel throughout the week. Best worse. And of course, the Jonathan Majors update at the beginning. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by, y'all. This has been such a wonderful evening doing this. I'll probably be live streaming even more now because I am a full-time editor now. And because of that, I probably will be doing a little bit less editing, but a little bit more streaming. And still, of course, posting reactions and stuff. And Laser, thank you for pulling by, my friend. Thank you for coming. You're always a wonderful, wonderful person, man. Thank you for coming. Braylon, good to see you, cuz. Rodney Dollar, Monty, Lauren Support. I'm so sorry. I don't have the list like straight up written down. I should have. But Tyler, man, good to see you, my friend. Rodney, Daniel, y'all, thank you so much. Jacoby pulling up. This was fantastic, guys. John Lee, Mr. Fulton. I had to call y'all out because this is the last stream of the year, baby. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in. And y'all, I'll have one more video out, some more videos out before the end of the year, but it's the last live stream of the year. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see y'all next time on Geekly Goods.